Alright, you guys, welcome to video 2 of the TX500 restoration series. Basically today I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of what my plans are at the moment. First thing, the motor is seized, and if the story the guy told me is to be believed, this is where it sat for so long. And judging by the appearance of the bike, I believe that's probably true, but you know, there's obviously no way to tell until we actually get down into it. But I'm going to try to soak it, pour some Marvel Mystery Oil down into the spark plug holes, let that sit for a while, and then try to kick it over, see if that frees it up. If not, we'll go on to something a little more toxic and try again. And then if that doesn't work, we'll just go from there. But yeah, other than that, my other issue is this seat has a lock, and I don't have the key to that because the previous owner had to buy a new key switch, and the key works for the switch, the tank, but does not work for the seat. So I'm gonna have to take that off by force or some sort of wizardry, but we'll get it off there. But moving on, the seat is pretty much trash. The pan, you can't see it, but if you reach under here and feel, it just crumbles as you touch it. Like, see? So that's gone. But that's okay because my plan is to make this into a cafe racer. I know a lot of people are like, oh, not another cafe racer, but I like them. I don't have one, so that's what I'm going to do. Today, though, let's just get to today. Today the seat's coming off. Today the tank is coming off. And I'm going to pour the stuff into the engine to try to free that up. I'm going to use vinegar in the tank to get rid of the rust. It's not horrible in there, but it's not that good either. But I've read multiple places online that vinegar will take the rust out. So I'm going to pour that in there, let that sit for a day or two, and then clean it out, rinse it out and all that good stuff, and see if it's salvageable at all. If not, we'll just get us a new tank. Hopefully it won't come to that, but you never know. You know, when you buy stuff like this, you know, I know this much, you just don't know what you're getting into sometimes, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Headlight, there's no headlight, but I happen to have a headlight waiting for it, so no big deal. That was for another project. But that's pretty much the plan for today, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so basically here is the seat locking mechanism. As I said, you know, no key, can't get it open. But it looks like if I just get in here and pry enough, I could break it loose. Like I said, I'm not concerned about keeping this seat, so force is okay, because it doesn't matter, because I'm not keeping it. So I'm going to try to pop this loose, but I probably can't do that with the phone in my hand, so give me just a second. Alright guys, we've got success on getting the seat open, and let's see what kind of mess we got under here. Oh boy, look at that seat. What's this? Well, that's something that's still under there. But yeah, we got the seat off. Like I said, this thing is pretty much trashed. You know, every time you touch it, rust falls out. So, ditching that thing altogether. As you can see here, we got our battery. That looks real good too. But yeah, at least we got the seat going now. Next off, we're going to get the tank, put some vinegar in that. Alright, stay tuned. We'll be right back. So to remove the seat fully, we need to remove these bolts and these bolts. So that will be my next step. Okay, as you can see, we've got the seat off now, and the thing was an absolute nightmare. Filthy. There's no saving that seat pan. So it's a good thing I'm turning into a cafe racer. But now let's get on to the tank. Alright, let's take a look at the tank. As you can see, a lot of surface rust here. The underneath, surprisingly, isn't horrible. I mean, there's some rust, but I think it'll be okay. It's not eat through in any places. So, as long as the seams don't leak, we should be good. I'll show you the inside. It's, there's quite a bit of rust in there, but it's not. I think the vinegar will do it. So, I'll go ahead and pour some vinegar in there, and we'll be right back. Alright, here we go. I know some guys say to pour apple cider vinegar in there because it works better. And, I believe that, but when I went to the store today, all they had was gallons of white. So I decided I didn't want to go to another store today, so I just bought the white. But apparently it works too. You just have to let it sit a little bit longer because it's not as acidic. Alright, now that we have the tank off, we can see down into the spark plug holes. You can see there's a lot of garbage down in there. I'm still going to try to free it up as is, but obviously I'm probably going to have to tear this thing down before I actually try to run it, because who knows what it's got down in there. Because you can see a twig laying right there about to go into the hole, so I guess I'll go ahead and get that out of there. But then I'm going to go ahead and pour my Marvel Mystery Oil down in there, see if we can't get this thing freed up. Okay, we've got the oil in there. I didn't have a funnel or anything, so I got kind of sloppy and spilled a bunch, so I put a towel under it. But she is thoroughly full of Marvel Mystery Oil. We'll see what happens there. If we can't get it unfroze, then we're definitely on to a complete rebuild there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take these side covers off here to get this old chain off that's broken. So pretty much just going to soak these down with some WD-40 or some generic WD-40 and just kind of spray any bolts I think I'm going to have to get loose pretty soon, so they're not, such a pain in the butt to get out. But here is how she sits now. I'm also going to do just a little bit of cleanup today, but I think for the most part I'm pretty much finished up for today. Like I said, I just want to take my time. I don't want to get stressed out and try to do everything all at once. Just take my time and do it right. And probably one more little piece after this, after I clean up a little bit. So hang tight. So we can get this old broken chain out of there. kind of hard to do with the phone. But basically, yeah, you get the gist. I'm going to take all these out and then take the chain off. Alright guys, this is pretty much my stopping point for today. You know, basically what we got done was vinegar in the tank, put some penetrating oil inside the motor there. I cleaned it up a little bit, but you know, it's hard to tell that because it's really dirty. I didn't manage to get the chain out. I started to do those bolts, as you saw, but something was holding it down here at the bottom. I took the shifter lever off, and it looked like I had all the bolts out, but it still wouldn't come off. So I'm going to have to go refer to the service manual and see what's holding it on there, because I definitely don't want to break anything there. But that's pretty much where we're at, and so far I'm having a lot of fun.